Hello and welcome to episode 3, part 2 of the All Things Sports podcast. My name is Zach Bischoff, and I am here with... Give me a minute.
Danny Shanhorn, sir.
Thank you. All right. Today we are going to be, in part 2, we are going to be talking about the Premier League. Liverpool wins the FA Cup. Liverpool versus Real Madrid in the Champions League final. And a look around the English Premier League standings and relegation. Our segment 5, or second segment of part 2, is going to be Pens New York. We will find something to replace the Pens Carolina look ahead and tips to win against Carolina, because obviously they did not advance.
You jinxed it, Zach.
I did jinx it. The fact that I typed this with 10 minutes to go in the game and they were up 3-2. I should have done it. Anyway. And then we'll also be looking at the fact that there are 5 round 1 game 7s. It was a heck of a first round. Excuse me. Alright, Danny. Your thoughts on the Liverpool winning the FA Cup, please.
Yeah, Zach. So, what I've taken away from this here is just, winning the FA Cup. It's, I would argue, probably Champions League, Premier League title, and so it's probably third on the totem pole, I would argue. So it's pretty big deal, pretty awesome for Liverpool to win it here, and I think this whole FA Cup is just showing the depth of the Premier League. You have Chelsea in the final. You got 4 Premier League teams making up the semifinals. Everybody knows the Premier League's on top, but I think the FA Cup, when you're going against all teams in Europe, I think it just really shows how advanced the Premier League is. And it for Liverpool specifically winning it, just shows that they really got a dynasty cooking over there. They won the Premier League last year by an outrageous margin of points. Jurgen Klopp has been doing a great job with them, and I think there's many more to come for Liverpool here.
Mm-hmm. And I also think it just shows that the Premier League and just the whole European soccer ecosystem, that's just a grind, because you have Premier League, you have league games, you have I think FA Cup tournament games, you have Champions League games. It just shows how much of a grind it is.
Yeah, and I think like you said, Zach, it really places the emphasis on, and I brought this up a lot here today in previous parts. If you haven't watched or listened to part 1, by the way, check that out, and then come back here and finish up listening to part 2.
Yes.
But just in all sports, you just talk about depth. Depth is so key, because the demand is just great. The demand is a lot. So.
Right. All right, and now we are going to look at the Premier League standings. Hey, it worked this time. All right, we got Manchester City, and this is not updated to reflect the games that occurred today. We have Manchester City went first at 90 points, in second place, Liverpool is going to jump Man City with 92 points. Thank you. I'm not good at math, and that really showed just that. I just made a fool of myself. Anyway.
You're good, Zach.
Oh, I know. I was just making a joke to get a laugh out of the people. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Ralph.
Comedy mastermind over here.
Correct.
Zachary Bischoff.
This is going to turn into a stand-up comedy
many
show.
talents.
Right. Anyway, including the administration of this podcast.
Yes, sir.
All right, back to the original podcast content that we hope that you tune in for. We have Liverpool is going to be at number 1 once there's updates. Man City at 2. And I don't know what the Premier League action has happened today. So I just know the top 2 teams. Now we are. Let's see what else is left on the script.
I think
here.
what I think, Zach.
Go ahead.
With it being next week or this week coming up here is the final week, and it's just interesting. There's relegation battles going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's title races going on. The last week of Premier League is always super fun to watch because there's so much going on, so much chaos.
Yeah, let's go back to relegation for a moment. So right now, I believe this is the relegation line here. We have Burnley, Watford, and Norwich City all going down to EPL 2. So, Norwich, I'm actually surprised. Where's Brentford? I'm surprised Brentford is still in the Premier League.
Yeah, they've been going strong, man. You really, and it's got to be such because compared from the Championship to the Premier League, I mean, it's a huge jump. So you always kind of see, and this is what Norwich is like too good for the Premier League, but not, too good for the Championship, but not good enough for the Premier League. So I just feel for them and their fans because
they've been up and down a lot.
Right,
the past couple of seasons.
That is why getting a little bit more global here. That is why I just like the Premier League system so much better than the NFL or the NBA system for the draft. I mean, in the NBA or the NFL, if you're the worst record, you get the first pick. Mm-hmm. That promotes tanking.
Yes.
I mean, I love seeing teams fight and claw their way just to stay in the league because that's an honor within itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, to stay in the top league, but
right.
Excuse me. Yeah, that should be interesting just to watch some of those battles going on. All right, now we are going to discuss the Liverpool versus Real Madrid in the Champions League final. Danny, your thoughts, please.
This is going to be
predictions.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Also, I need a prediction.
Yeah.
After you're done.
I think. I mean, Real Madrid, Liverpool, historically two of the best teams in the world, right? I can't wait to watch this game because a final and it can go either way, really. And
right.
It's just such. I mean, it's who shows up, especially because it's one game. It's not legs, which I find interesting.
Nope.
And I kind of like too because you play up on two games basically to decide who goes forward. But then the final is I like that. Mm-hmm. The final is one game.
And then aggregate score. I like that. I like our aggregate score. So, but please proceed.
I like that for all the games before the championship. But I like the championship being one game because then it can go to penalty kicks and you got all the drama.
Yeah.
But I think to get to your prediction point, it's going to be close. I think Liverpool prevails 2-1.
Yes.
How about you, Zach?
I think Liverpool will prevail 1-0 on penalty kicks.
Oh wow, Zach!
All right, and
so here's an interesting thought. And this is getting a little in the weeds here, but keep in mind, Liverpool just basically had penalties against
Chelsea.
Chelsea. So I always find it interesting if you set up your same. I even had this happen with some of my citrus games. We'll go to the same team penalty kicks every time, or not every time, but multiple times. Mm-hmm. So that brings the question: do you still send their top guys out? Obviously, I think you do. But for the guys that are shooting, do you go the same way? Do you go a different way?
Yeah.
I mean, that's mind games right there.
Yeah.
And in those situations, I feel like the goalie has the advantage. So it'll be interesting to see. I bet Madrid's already all over that,
Yeah,
because any advantage they can get, they're going to take it.
right. And also, just a little piece of MLS news just into the war room here at the All Things Sports Podcast. Um, Lionel Messi in 2023 will be playing for Inter Miami of Major League Soccer, so that will be interesting to see. Him. I never imagined him coming to America,
No, that'll
but
be.
that's interesting.
And I saw too, Zach. He is going to have a stake in the club, like a 35 or something. I don't
Really,
quote me on that because I think they're still working it out. But I think like a 35% stake or something in the club.
yeah, that'll be interesting.
Which I mean, but like you look at players. A lot of players seem to do this later on in their career. It just came out of the blue for me a little bit. I mean,
Yeah,
because you always think of. I mean, he just moved to PSG, pretty much, right?
yeah. I think he just moved to PSG this season, and now he's going, moving again to another
Yeah, I
country
mean that kind
to
of
play in
PSG
America.
is a weird club to me, Zach, because they always have like they have who is it? Mbappe. They
Mm-hmm.
had Neymar, but like they have superstars and
Yeah,
like they do
yeah,
well, but like it seems like they just break up. Like
yeah.
they never seem to stay together, like a
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool, for example.
Yeah.
So interesting.
All right. So that is going to do it for the first segment of part 2 of episode 3 of the All Things Sports podcast, where we are going to, in our next segment, we are going to be talking about and I decided to die me again. We're going to be talking about the NHL, the Pens New York, and we will fill time with what we thought were going to be Pens Carolina, and so we will fill time there. The fact that there's 5 round 1 game 7s. We will be right back right here on the All Things Sports Podcast. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 3 of the All Things Sports Podcast, where we will now be talking about it is not working. So we are going to talk about the NHL, the recap of the Pens Rangers series. I need a moment to collect my thoughts. So Danny, please entertain the people.
Yeah, I mean, Pens and Rangers, man. Pens and Rangers. I mean, it's just more of the same for the Pens, man. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and you look at we're up 3-1. Trouba goes for the Crosby hit, and the series is just turned on its axle.
Right.
And I know we can make excuses, right? All we want about we had the Ming, Jerry played game 7, like it or Crosby with the hit. He was out for game 6. He could have been a huge difference maker.
Mm-hmm.
The bottom line is, as an organization, we've got to get better.
Right.
We just have to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have just this happened last year. This happened like we can't keep doing like we can't like if you're up 3-1, there's no reason why we can't pull one out.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's happening, like we have to be able to in pressure situations deliver. We haven't in the last couple of years, and I wonder if it was the last hurrah for the core.
Yeah, I think it was. Now, my thoughts. And all of you guys are probably going to think this is an excuse, but when Pedersen had his helmet pulled off by Alexi Lafreniere, I believe, Now, it's Game 7 overtime. I understand that the referees will let the boys play, but when you pull it, when it says in the rulebook, when you pull a guy's helmet off, it's a penalty. Because now they've changed the rule a couple of years ago, where when you lose your helmet, you have to leave the ice. That game should have ended 3-2 Penguins. The Penguins should have moved on. Now, yes, Louis Domingue, great story, but I don't think that would not win us a cup. I mean, yes, the whole thing with spicy pork and broccoli is great, yes, but again, even if the Penguins would have moved on, now I'm glad Jari came back, and I'm also glad we played him.
See, I know Jari. I know Jari is a lot better than Domingue, right? Like, he obviously, I feel like it's not like, and nobody's really blaming it exclusively on Jari. Like, he made some good saves. Like, I feel like I don't think they should have played Jari, because, I really, did it say that? Is it confirmed that he had a broken foot and still playing? Is that confirmed?
That was not. That's not confirmed, at least by my looking at by my scrolling of Twitter. But
okay,
I have a point.
I
have a point about that, but I'll get to that.
Yeah, I'm just real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It just. I mean, I get why we did, because Domingue is a third string guy that is 30 years old that likes spice pork and broccoli. Like, I get why we chose Jari. It's a lot to ask of a guy to come back for his first game in a month.
Yeah,
that's a game. I mean, that is a lot to ask, and he almost got it done for us. Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know if that would have been different. That's a hard one for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I have 2 points. I think if they would have called a penalty on Lafreniere, I think that game would have stayed the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my next point is that there was a report, as in regards to the Crosby hit, there was a point made by a reporter locally here that Crosby was cleared for Game 6.
Mm-hmm.
That report was declared false by head coach Mike Sullivan, and even Crosby himself saying, I was not cleared for Game 6. So that is why you really shouldn't listen to everything the media says. Right. And now I don't know where this person got that from, but I'm also seeing reports that apparently Hextall's days are numbered with the team. I don't know if I believe that either.
Oh, boy.
I don't think that's on him.
No, I absolutely. I mean, we had, he brought in Raquel. He brought in who else? I mean,
yeah, I think he brought Carter in too.
Yeah, Carter's been great for us. He's great in the face-off circle. Yeah. Sorry, I excuse my dog barking. She'll be done in a second.
Hopefully. Yes. Also, my next question is, who do you think the Penguins should and will re-sign in the offseason?
Should and will.
Yes.
See, I think should is a different question than will. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I think we've got to. I do think we should bring back Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on that, Zach?
Yeah, I think we should bring back Malkin. I think Malkin and Raquel need to come back. Who else is gone? I think Letang's gone.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's just been such a staple for so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're willing to. They've always been saying, "Oh, one more year." I don't know.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem is I feel like we've got to change something up, because our formula for winning has gotten us to the playoffs, but just hasn't worked out. So we gotta shift our strategy a little bit more.
Right. Yeah, I think we have to bring back Letang. Well, no, Letang will be gone. I just said that. I think he'll go like Montreal or someplace like that. But I think we got to bring back Malkin. We got to bring back Raquel, and I think Rust is up too. I think we got to bring him
Right?
back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Do we? Rush has been good for us, but like, he's probably just gonna want a big deal, right? Do we want to spend that much money on him?
Right. Yeah, and I think that's. I mean, I think if you bring all those guys back, I think we still have a chance.
We just need more. We need like a couple guys that are like Getzo has been phenomenal for us.
Yeah, he was.
We need another guy. I don't know. And so it's hard. It's easy to say we need another Jake Gensel, but we need another guy that's solid for us.
Yeah.
That's consistently one of the best players on the ice.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think we're one or two players away from being a really good team, and that's
right.
That's what you could say. I mean, that's what you got to balance in sports is roster construction, right? Because you only have a certain amount of cap room or whatever. But I mean, obviously, all our problems would be solved. We could bring in Connor McDavid, but we can't really do that.
Yeah, we can't really do that. I mean, I don't know how much he's making, but I know we can't do that.
Yeah. No, I'm just like it would. I think we're close, man. I really do. It's hard. It's hard to swallow, man.
All right. Our final point for this episode is the fact that in round one there were not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 Game 7s. Danny, your thoughts, please.
Wow, Zach.
Yes.
I mean, this is what we should all want as NHL fans, right? Mm-hmm. We don't want clean sweeps. I mean, the Colorado ended up swept Nashville, correct? Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But was that the only sweep?
I think yeah.
Like this is what and Colorado is super fun to watch. I mean, so like this is what the NHL needs, right? We want high stakes games. We want pressure games for players.
Right.
We want to see who performs when it matters most, when the lights shine the brightest. So.
All right. So that is going to be it for part 2, episode 3. We hope you've enjoyed, and we hope that our 2 loyal listeners, and you know who you are, continue to enjoy this, and we hope the rest of you listen and enjoy. And please, on YouTube, smash that like button, please. Like and subscribe. I've been waiting to say that. And yeah, we appreciate you watching, and that is it for today. Danny, do you have anything else to say to the people?
No, man. I mean, I would just again like to extend thank yous to everybody that's watched, listened, downloaded the podcast. Mm-hmm. If you want to give your feedback, we'd appreciate it. If you want to tell us, like, give us topics you want us to cover, feel free to reach out. You know, we're still in the very early stages of this,
yes.
But I've truly enjoyed mm-hmm. every episode here, so I'm excited for the future for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be one heck of a ride here. So yeah, we just want to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you. Oh yes, plans for Friday. I think we are either going. I'm either going to do a solo show on Saturday morning that could be live on YouTube. Our channel link will be in the description for all of our audio platforms, so we hope mm-hmm. that might be an Ask Me Anything. I don't know, but we will we'll see what happens there, and we will talk to you all later.
Thanks, everybody.